Alex, a 0-0 draw tonight. How do you feel we got on tonight?
Yeah, I feel it's a good point away from home. Anywhere away from home, getting a clean sheet is a kind of good result. I feel like defensively we was well. We soaked up pressure. We done well. Mitch with some good saves and just sort of some reactions off of his saves as well. Defended it well because even the gaffer said at the end. It starts getting a bit rowdy in the area, and it's easy to switch off after that kind of kicks off, and then you're worried about what's just happened instead of what's going to happen from a corner kick. So we've done well to kind of keep our mentality through it, but I just think that there's a little bit more to come from us in terms of playing in that formation. I think we're doing well defensively, solid, but I think we need to kind of utilise the second centre half and kind of stepping out with it and kind of getting the ball players on the ball.
Because you spoke about Tidani, we said, we really felt we're coming together as a team now. It really felt like that, especially towards the end. We're sort of learning how each other work and how work.
Do you know what? I think because we looked like we adapted to sort of new people so quick. Sometimes there's obviously underlying factors. Like it takes a little while to get to know people. Like in daily life, you don't just automatically trust someone, do you? So it takes a little while. You've got to know how people play. You've got to know how people I'm probably the worst on the pitch, screaming and shouting, but. I can sort of empathise with someone like, say, Ethan. He's not screaming shy, he kind of leads by example. So it's kind of knowing how to get people going and how to speak to people and how to receive people sometimes. And I think we're kind of it's coming to the fold now, and I think we're looking like a good team, and we've had some good. Obviously, we didn't win on Saturday, but it was a solid performance. So I think there's a lot to take from the last two games.
But I think a lot of fans would take positives from you being communicated on the pitch. Really speaking to people like Ethan, make sure they know their job and their roles, because he's a young lad at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, of course he is, but he's played non-league, and I think that, as I said, it is a young team, but we have got people that have played non-league in it, so they kind of know how the circuit works. It's a bit different in the league. Sometimes you've got to be a bit more sneakier in terms of fouls and kind of stuff like that, and kind of the ugly side of the game, the ugly arts of it. But there's a lot of people in this team that have Rancy, very experienced at this level. Shams played at this level. There's a lot of boys, like, no disrespect to the people I haven't named, but there's a lot of experience in this league and that team, so it's kind of spreading the knowledge around the team and kind of coming against teams like this that have a core of players that have been with each other for a little while. So it's coming together nicely.
And we went with a 3-5-2 again tonight. It seemed to go so well on Saturday, unfortunately for the last goal. What was the message from the manager for
it was kind of the same old. He gave us a different ultimatum before the game, so I don't really want to say what, obviously in the team talk sometimes it's private, but he's gave us a sort of ultimatum before the game, so I feel like a 0-0 result kind of emphasises his point. I think that going off of Saturday's game, I think it would be wrong to kind of change it. I feel that it was a good decision to kind of change Ethan, because he's had a lot of game time, a lot of 90 minutes where he hasn't been coming off and stuff like that. So it's not as the gaffer says, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So he understands that he's going to need him throughout the whole season. So the rotation in the squad's key. So I know there's a lot of players that are annoyed they're not playing. So and that's kind of how he wants it. He wants people hungry. So I think it was a good idea with the changes, but I think the formation was a good one to keep going with.
And on your personal note, your second 90 minutes in a row.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after that one?
Not as good as I probably thought. It'd been a little while. I think it'd been 8-9 weeks since I last played a game. So before Saturday, so it was it was a long time out. I didn't have I've done extra stuff in training, running, but it's never the same. It's like the off season. You go to the off season, you do all the amount of running, and then you come to the games during pre-season. You're like, blimey, you can't, because it's kind of up and down so much. It's hard to kind of reenact that in kind of sort of training exercises. So I feel okay. Could feel better, but I'll be fine for the weekend.
Yeah, so just to ensure fans you'll be alright for Saturday.
Yeah, 100% be good. 100% be good.
Speaking of Saturday, Maidenhead at home, be a good chance to see these 193 fans back at the EVB on Saturday as well. No, the travelling fans are always spot on. Always spot on. Could never complain. I can't even complain about the home fans, to be fair. I like playing at home. It's kind of we need to start producing now, because we understand where we are in the table, and we've got a good squad, but we can't just keep saying we've got really good players. We need to kind of be putting the performances out there, and the gaffer's been very patient with us, and I feel like we just kind of need to show the fans why he's been so patient with us, because I understand the fans don't see our training sessions and see the potential that we've got in the team. We've got a very young team, and there's a lot of players that I feel like will go and play in the league easy, but
yeah, so I feel like we just need to, on the weekend, Maidenhead, I know it's a kind of a, other than Woking, it's kind of a grudge match, so we all know that in the change room, and we want to get another good result, just like we did at Woking for the home fans.